and welcome back to Asknikkip. I'm going to jump right in to today's questiones. Okay. It says, alright, hey Nikki, so to start off, I know I have a problem. I'm 15 years old and I have an eating disorder, bulimia, that nobody knows about. I'm 5'4" and 110 pounds, and I know I am skinny, but there is this constant thought in my head that I am not good enough or pretty enough. I am not going to go into details, but I'm tired of binging and purging, and it's just a constant stress. I am pushing my friends always and everyone I love, and I don't know why. I used to have a fun personality, but now it's like I don't even have a personality. I am mean to the friends I have, and I try to stop being mean, but I can't. I am not myself, and I'm just tired of it, but I can't stop. I've tried, but I can't. So my question to you is, how do I tell someone, and who do I tell? I am not close with my parents or my siblings, so I can't tell them. And how do I tell someone without making me look like I'm trying to get attention? Because I am not. I just want to stop this. If I tell a teacher or my coach, they aren't going to be able to do anything about it. They're just going to think that I am dramatic. Or they're going to ask me why I am telling them and not a parent. They probably wouldn't want to deal with this. What should I do? All right. I have a couple things to say here. First one, Bowser is still sniffing the floor like an anteater. Come on, Bowsen. Okay, so first one, before I jump into any of this, anyone who has had experience with this and has valuable information, as always, feel free to comment in the comment section down below, because I think it's really important that we get smart input. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, I've mentioned to you guys before that I struggled with an eating disorder for a little while in high school, and I had really restrained my calorie count. I had restrained it down to 1,200 calories a day, and I was working out like 9 hours a day. That's, to anyone who knows caloric intake and output, that's just not what it should have been. And then towards the end lifespan of my eating disorder, I had made myself throw up like 2 or 3 times. And once I did that, I remember like the very last time, I was like, what am I doing? This is like a movie. Like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And something about that shook me kind of back awake into realizing that this wasn't okay. So that was kind of my line. Whatever it is in your life right now that's gotten you to the place of like, you kind of feel like you've hit your line and you've reached out, that is good. That's the first step, is recognizing like, dude, this isn't okay. Because I feel like a lot of time with eating disorders or with drugs or with alcohol or with any type of addictive thing, because everything can be manipulated and twisted to being something bad, because it is the heart and the obsession and what it does to your life. I think that's bad about it. Anything like that, we tend to justify. So coming to the point of not justifying it anymore, that's a big deal, because I remember when I was struggling with my eating disorder, I would justify it in my head. I'd be like, well, other people, and this is just being honest, I think I've mentioned this before in videos, so this isn't like me trying to offend anyone. This is just honestly what was going on in my head. I was like, well, most of America is fat and overweight, and people just want me to be fat and overweight too. They're just jealous. I didn't realize until, and that's like really embarrassing to say out loud, because that just sounds so snotty and bratty, and I feel like you guys have watched my videos enough to know I'm not like a snotty brat, or you think I'm a mega snotty brat, one of the two. But my heart wasn't snotty, it was that I was finding a way to justify it. So I'm expanding on a thought that I just said a little bit ago, which is that we will find a way to justify anything. So getting to the point of being like, okay, just kidding, this isn't okay, is the first step. So feel good about that, because that's really hard to come to that place. Now, that being said, I think you need to use your judgment here. It is definitely time that you go get help, because bulimia is not, we're not dealing with a vain issue here. We're not dealing with just like, oh, it's fine, you just want to be thin and you're just, you know, taking matters into your own hand. Bulimia is really, really serious. Anorexia is really serious too. But what bulimia and making yourself throw up on a consistent basis does to your insides and your esophagus and your stomach, it is bad. So that being said, you need to use your judgment. You need to tell someone, because if you're really trying and you can't, you need help. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody needs help. And I totally, like, doing things in life, I mean, like, we all need each other. We're made for community and relationships. Now, that being said, sorry, sometimes I start talking and my thoughts go in like 12 different directions. You need help. I know the feeling of like, oh, no one's going to believe me. They're just going to think I'm being dramatic and crying, like just crying for attention. That is a thought that has gone through my head many times in my life, almost when anything happens. Like I remember when I hurt my knee in dance class, and actually, I haven't told you guys the story yet on the internet, but if you follow me on Twitter, you know, when I slipped in a pile of vomit the other night when I was in Palm Springs for the Coachella party, it was the same thing. I slip into this mode of like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm a drama queen, so I'm just gonna be like, it's not a big deal. And sometimes that's a good way to cope for things in life, because sometimes it is like, okay, that sucks, but you really do need to just like brush it off and move on. So sometimes that's not a bad trait to have, but other times you need to take care of yourself, because no one else will take care of you the way that you will take care of yourself. So you need to tell yourself, okay, someone might think I'm being dramatic, but anyone with a good head on their shoulders is gonna know I legitimately need help and I'm not strong enough to get through this on my own. And when you go to that person, and this is what I meant to say before when I was talking about judgment, when you go to that person, after you really decide who the right person is, letting them know that, like, look, I can't do this on my own anymore. I've come to you because I'm not sure what to do and I really need help. Make sure you are being careful about who you go to. I feel like sometimes, you know, I was talking to my sister about this, like a good example is like church. I feel like in church we talk a lot about reaching out to people and being in relationship with people, and that is so good, but it doesn't mean it's just anyone, like the random person, like, oh, I need to be vulnerable with like Sally Mae that I just met 3 days ago. It's like, dude, you don't know Sally Mae. Don't feel like entitled to spill your guts to Sally Mae. And what you need to do is you need to think about any adults in your life that you trust and you respect their opinions, or you admire the life path that they're on, and that's the person you need to go to. Or that being said, if you really don't have an adult like that in your life, another good thing, I know that there are multiple eating disorder hotlines, first off. So there's that. And the second thing is too, a school counselor would be a really great option. I'm pretty sure from what I understand that like school counselors are there for that as well. And as usual, guys, comment if I'm wrong, but I think school counselors help students with issues that they're dealing with. And another option is, I don't know about all churches. I want to say all churches. I think this is just how it operates. I know at my church, if someone comes to our church office with a problem, whether they don't have money for groceries or money for medication or they need counseling, like that's what the church is there for. And that is how, as far as I know, most churches operate. They're there as service for the community. So if you're able to get to a church and go and just be like, dude, I don't know what to do. I don't have anyone to go to. No one's going to be like, no, go home and do this. You have to talk to your parents. People understand that not everyone has that. Now, I've been rambling for a really long time, and I feel like I even have so much more to say, but I don't know if it's going to make sense, and I'm just going to be digging myself into a nonsensical hole. But get help. Do not avoid it. Do not think you are being dramatic. I understand, because there is this mental thing of like, oh, well, it's self-inflicted, so people aren't going to understand. But if they have a head on their shoulders, they will understand, because alcoholism is self-inflicted. I know it's a disease, but I'm saying you could think that about anything. You know what I mean? Like drug addiction, self-inflicted, even though it becomes a real addiction. Like people could say that about anything. So just know you are taking care of yourself and protecting yourself, and you're getting help, someone to help carry you or hold your hand along the way. So yeah, I hope that wasn't the world's longest ramble. Good luck with that, and please get help very fast. Stat. So I am going to open up the Twitter question, and it says, do you have any videos of you dancing before your injuries? I'm sure everyone would love to see them. Okay, I'm really trying to find these videos, because I know we do. My parents would buy like the recital tapes, and I don't have tapes from shows, I don't think. There might be some stuff online. I'd have to look. But I'll try to look online and find some stuff, look for videos. And yeah, I was never that great. I feel like people get like excited and I'm like, oh, I really wasn't that good, but I really loved it. And I did a lot. So yeah, the gardener's being extra loud. So I'm gonna go now. I will see you all very soon. I hope you have a good day, and yeah, bye.